Hey everyone, hello, and welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Just checking in, getting excited. I know we have like a 6 second lag. Pequot resellers, Danny, welcome in, my friend. Let me see here. Let's get the commenters up. Cool. All right, guys. Heather, Mrs. Hartman Maid, welcome in. Danny, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're all doing well. Gonna jump probably right into this thing. Danny says I'm on time. Yeah, I know, right? It's all good, man. Appreciate you stopping in. And there's my friend Little Debbie. Good to see you. Going well, I think, right? As far as I know, it's going well. And Miss Debbie says, hey to Heather. Good to see you. So 1 second here. Yes, good water. Paradox Fossils, welcome in. I think you're new here. Never seen you before, so thanks for stopping by. Deb says, hey to Danny. Good to see you all. All right, so we're going to just jump right into this thing and get rolling. I know that, we're saying hello and whatnot. Let me just do this. Give you a wrench here, Paradox. 1 second. Okay, cool. Just gave you a wrench. So the next time you chat, you'll be blue just like everybody else. So jumping right on here, topic today, time for a calibration. Kind of we're Paradox at Victoria's Morning Show all the time. Cool. I personally am not, because I'm either at the gym or I'm sleeping in. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, talking about a calibration, time for a calibration. What do? We calibrate things when we want to see what a specific measurement is, and then necessary adjustments, right? Here at our house, we have these monitors that we use. We filter our water twice. So we use a Pro 1 filter, like a Berkey type thing. And then we use a zero water filter. And this will tell us exactly what our water is measuring at, right? This is our calibration tool. We know we want it to be as close to zero as possible. And we know if it's not meeting the intended result, we have to make adjustments. And I like to hear that, Debbie. I'm on track. I like it. And so we know we need to make an adjustment if the intended results are not in line. And so just like this for our water, we need to at times make adjustments in our own journey. We need to stop, we need to analyze or test where we're at, and then make necessary adjustments. So yesterday I went to the doctor's. It was the first time I actually took 2 visits off. Usually I was going every month, and I didn't go for 2 months. And it was kind of like my calibration, so to speak, while I was there. It was kind of a time for us to see what our results were. I had blood work done, and then analyze the results, right? The blood work numbers are very good. We were talking about one number that was very high early on in my journey, and statistically had been high, and we were in range. We were below that range, and had a significant improvement there. And the doctor was super pleased about that. And I was, picking apart other certain results. But what I pointed out was, what I identified in my calibration time there was that I need to get back to the intensity that I was at before. What I mean by that is it has been very easy for me to maintain. At one point, I guess after the holidays, I had gained probably 6 of my pounds back. And I got focused again, and that's all gone again. But what I realized was in my calibration, what I identified was I'm not tracking it how I used to when I had a goal to hit. And so therefore it was so much easier for me because I wasn't standing on a scale anymore. I had maintained the blood sugar numbers in a more than normal range for so long that it just wasn't a big deal for me. I'm just going by scale, but I feel the need to also kick up the physical activity. Awesome. Um, and so this for me, I was going to the gym every day, every day. I'm now going like once a week. I'm being real, guys. Calibration time's time for us to honestly examine the results. I have been slacking because I've been able to maintain and I have not been chasing a goal anymore. Everybody that's watched me for any period of time knows I was going for 40 by 40. I needed 40 pounds weight loss by the time I turned 40 years old, and I blew that away. And after I blew that away, I did not have anything to thank you. You're not wrong. I didn't have anything to chase anymore, so I wasn't monitoring it the way that I was. And so the doctor said to me, well, it sounds like you need a new goal. So what's your goal? And, I kind of have been kicking it around in my mind. I have been, really, I guess, analyzing, do I need a goal? What do I need? Right. And, I decided that, you know what, I have to have a goal. Um, Heather stopped going due to some sleep problems she was having, her shoulder injury. It's true. It's so easy to slack off when your partner in crime can't go. It's so boring going to the gym by yourselves. It's just no fun. And I'm gonna be real, guys. My motivation is Mrs. Hartman made. Like the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Excuse me, 1 second. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm taking better care of myself, is for her. Um, and I just kind of like I've been coasting, right? I didn't hit the brakes. The doctor asked, have you guys been like wavering or slacking? And for me, I'm like, yes, I've only been going to the gym like once a week. And Heather's like, no, he's not. And it's because as far as eating goes, I'm on it. That's the easy part for me. So I needed a new goal. And I have decided that I'm going for 41 pounds by 41. How do I make this yeah, this is what we want. There we go. 41 pounds by 41. I'm starting a new goal. Because if I'm chasing this number, I'm paying attention to it, then I'm doing updates about it. I'm sharing results with you all. It's holding me accountable. It's something I'm focused on. And so I haven't come out and said, I need a new goal or here's my new goal, but you heard it here first. We're going for 41 by 41. 41 by 41. That gives me just about a little less than 8 months to drop 41 pounds. 100% doable. The reason why I say it's 100% doable is because I lost like 72 pounds in 8 months last time. So let's go, right? I watch this one silver guy and he talks like this. He's got a real raspy voice and he always says, get excited, get excited. And immediately when I see this goal, that's exactly what I'm thinking is like, guys, get excited, right? I have something I'm shooting for and I need you to do the same thing too. You need a goal and that goal you need to then share it out, show it out, spread it out. And so here we go. We're actually making a visible commitment to everyone. This is the goal. And I plan to give the same intensity of updates that I was before. And so, but this required a calibration time. Last week we talked about, let's be honest, Danny's trying to lose 50 pounds by June. Danny, that's awesome. It is 100% doable. And my tip to you right? What worked for me is you need to do a weekly update. I mean, even if it's not a good update, you need to do a weekly update, where you're at and how you got there. Thanks for stopping in, David. Good to see you, my man. I thought pause was starting a little early today, so if that's the case, you're kind of like double dipping here. You're off duty. You better get over there and get to work, my man. But good to see you. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Yeah, Danny, I would say do a weekly video to let people know where you're at. That weekly video is something you're going to be paying attention to. You're going to be calibrating by, right? Because if this week, good to see you too, my man, David. Good to see you. If you're focused on it, um, you're setting your calibration to that. And so if you're out of line, so if next week you're down, so let's figure about it, right? We'll talk about my goal, and you can kind of go from there for yours. So we know my goal is 40 pounds or 41 by 41, and so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, counting with Adam, right? 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 31, 32, 33, we'll say 33 weeks because it's not a full 34 weeks. Okay. So if we know 33 weeks is what I have for the balance of my goal. That's crazy for me to think that in 33 weeks I'm going to be 41 years old. I feel like I just got here to 40. So let's take 41 pounds and divide that by 33 weeks, and that is a 1.24 pounds. So say a pound and a quarter, 1.25 pounds a week that I need to lose. 1.25 pounds a week. And so the calibration standard is the goal right here, 41 by 41. The results this week, how much weight did I lose, will tell me whether or not I'm on track to meet that goal. And then based on my meter, I'll need to make some adjustments, right? If I lost 1.24 pounds, that's awesome, David. Much more talented than me. If I lost 1.24 pounds, or 1.25 pounds, I'm on track this week. But if I gained a pound, I'm in trouble and I got to work harder next week, because next week I only have 32 weeks left. Okay. So let's do this. In the banner, let's edit this banner. And we're going to say 33 weeks to go. Hashtag get excited. Boom. There we go. So I know now, it's right in front of me. It's right in front of you. I know what I need to calibrate by. If I'm, say I lose 3 pounds this week, because here's the reality, guys. So I was talking with my doctor yesterday, and one thing I have not done on this channel is push the way that I eat. I'm 100% understanding that the way that I eat is not necessarily the way that works for everyone. However, I am convinced that it does work for a lot of people, and I've seen a ton of people lose a ton of weight eating this way. Mrs. Hartman M.A.D.E got super focused in a week, and she's down 6 pounds. Like, and that's not like she, just peed a lot or whatever, or starved herself. She didn't starve herself. Like, it really works. I'm kind of like walking this line. Do I talk about the carnivore way of eating? Do I not? And what I've decided is, if you're interested, shoot me an email, heartmanmade@gmail.com. And I would love to have more specific conversations and coaching with you regarding the carnivore way of eating, because I am convinced that it's going to work. That's something I've already calibrated. I've seen the results. And so what I'm saying is, I need to lose 1.25 pounds a week to stay on track and hit this goal, 41 by 41, 33 weeks to go. I need to lose 1.25 pounds. But when I'm on it, when I'm doing that, when I'm exercising, and hallelujah, nicer weather is on the way. We are less than a month before spring begins. Now I live where I live, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be nice weather in about a month. We've had snow on Mother's Day. Um, but it does mean I'm going to have nicer weather a lot more than I have. And so I'm going to be out riding my bicycle every day. I'm going to have more work around the yard. One thing since I started my weight loss journey, we live on just under a half an acre, and 100% had to mow the yard, right? Drive the tractor and cut the grass. I could start to push mow the front yard, and I literally would be in a panic because I wasn't sure if I could finish it with the push mower. Now, something I've enjoyed doing since I've lost a bunch of weight is push mowing the yard. And so there's some more active. There's so much more outdoors that I can be doing. And so when I'm doing that, and the activity, the outdoors, the bike, and the eating, it's nothing for me to lose 4 or 5 pounds in a week. That does not mean when I get my calibration tool that next week I can take a week off. I don't know about you, but I'm super competitive. Um, when I know that I can win something, like I have the ability to win at it, to succeed at it, I'm going to give it everything that I have, because I don't want to fail. Give me one quick second here, guys. Always when you're in the middle of something else comes up. So for me, this is something I'm competitive at, and so I'm not going to hit the brakes until I exceed that goal. One of my biggest fears was in the 40 by 40 was I was going to lose 38 pounds. Right? I was going to exceed 40 pounds weight loss, but then screw off, and I was not going to hit my goal. So for me, until that goal's in the bag, I'm not resting easy. And so, the whole idea of taking a break because I'm 3 pounds ahead and on track, that's not an option. Okay. We're not going to have hot fudge sundaes and triple quarter pounders with cheese and a bunch of French fries with gravy, and that's just not happening. It's not going to help us. So the calibration tool is literally for us to make sure we're continuing to get good results, not to show us how much leeway we have to make bad choices. So I guess what I want to ask you all, and I have the link pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to come on, I'd love to have you on. It's been a while since we had anybody come up on panel with me. But I would love to have you come talk with me a little bit, maybe about what can you do to initiate some calibration of where you're at. What are some things you can look at to see if you're succeeding or if you're struggling? We won't say failing, right? Because I think the only time you fail is when you give up. All right. So, what are some things you can identify of in this calibration in your own journey that are going to indicate whether you're succeeding or whether you're struggling? So that's a question there. I know we don't have a ton of people in, but if you have something, guys, go ahead and pop something off. Let me know. Because as you're responding, I can continue to respond. I don't want to leave this in the dust without giving you a chance to answer it. I think it's important. Glenn, my man, thanks for stopping in. I know it's getting towards the end of your day, but I always faithful and loyal to pop in here, say hello. I hope you're doing well. You got what do you got? Fat Tuesday kicked off yesterday. I'm so glad I don't live down there because of all of that food. Man, I love food. Uh, I won't get into all of it, but I start naming those foods and it's gonna be like, oh, we're like trip ourselves up, right? But holy smokes, when I think of like Mardi Gras, New Orleans, I immediately think um, of food. Give me 1 second. I just got to take care of this work question. Da, 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 da. Sorry, guys. Give me one more second. I appreciate you guys hanging in with me. One more second, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there. Okay, guys. I appreciate you. Um, I don't do parades. Last time was 1983. 1983, I was not at any parades I remember, but that's cool. Drive safe if you go out, Adam. I heard I was out earlier. I saw a bunch of snow. It's 78. Sorry, y'all have ice and snow. Yeah, we're supposed to get some junk over the next day or two. So, it's no fun, but it is where we live. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. Multitasking, um, but talking about calibration. Um, and so we'll just jump back in where I fuzzed out for a minute. Really looking for maybe y'all to share with me some things you need to look at, some measurements or factors that are going to identify whether or not you're struggling or succeeding. Are you struggling or succeeding, and what tells you that? Do me a favor and drop that in the chat for me real quick. I know there's like a 7 or 8 second lag. Send that weather this way, Ludlow. Yeah, no kidding, right? Please. I think it'll be here soon enough, guys. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'll say, guys, if maybe something as small or large, if you're on a weight loss journey, is how do you feel when you get out of bed? There you go. That's a good one, Debbie. Um, Hold on, YouTube or StreamYard's got to catch up. Um, but she says the way my clothes fit is the best way to tell. But it is more than that. Yeah. So that is like an obvious one, though. For me, I went, and I don't know if you've seen a video. I shared a video a while back of me standing in my front yard, and I'm holding a pair of pants out like this, because they were 10 sizes. No, they were like 10 sizes bigger than what I was wearing then. I've since dropped one more pant size. And you know, for me though, there have been times when maybe I've wavered a little bit, that the tighter pants, or the smaller pants got a little bit tighter. My brother is actually driving home from Myrtle Beach tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think. Today or tomorrow. Yeah, today he's leaving. We have some friends that moved down there. And so he is headed home from that beautiful weather. I think he's going as far as Virginia or something like that, tonight and then driving the rest of the way in the morning. But so for me, the obvious one was that the clothes. And there have been times where it's like, yeah, these pants are fitting a little bit tighter than they should have, or than they did the last time I remember. And that's an indicator. Hey, I need to regroup here. But sometimes it's something as small as how do I feel when I'm going from horizontal to vertical in the morning, getting out of bed. Because when you're eating right and when you're exercising, when you're making good choices, you're going to feel good. The doctor asked me yesterday, so overall, how would you say you feel? And I would say, overall, I feel great. Um, but I know that lately, in some mornings when I've gotten up, man, my bones have been achy. And it's like, I say I'm at the hill, right? I'm not over the hill, but I finally made it to the hill. And oh, I have a few years on y'all, so that's a loaded question. um, but the reality is that when you're on and when you're doing things right, you're going to feel better than when you're not, right? And so for me, right, I have this whole um something's not exactly right because I'm not feeling so good. Now, was it because I worked out hard yesterday? Was it because so for me, one thing when I was not eating well, one thing I noticed, there's my man Sailors. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Let's drop you a wrench. You didn't have one. Good to see you. But I've noticed when ahoy sailor, good to see you. I have noticed that when uh, when the weather gets real bad, like rain's coming or snow's coming or something, man, my joints they just ache. But that happened a lot less when I was eating better. So a good calibration for me is if I'm waking up and my joints are hurting again because weather's coming, like right now it's snowing today. It just started throughout the day. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. There were times where that would A, trigger a migraine for me, and B, make my knees hurt so bad. But because I've changed the way that I eat and I've really stayed on that, I I don't have a headache today. Now I did feel a little bit lightheaded earlier, and maybe that was a little bit of that. I don't know. Um, but I don't have that headache like I used to. I haven't had a migraine in, well, I did have one migraine a couple Sundays ago. It did not last very long. But that was the first time in forever. Um, and then the knees, the pain in my knees. And I don't have that today. So that calibration test for me is saying, you know what? I'm doing okay. Um, but when I have not been feeling good, it showed me that something's wrong. And now it can't be from my diet because I'm pretty much sticking to that. And so when I had the blood work, I found my vitamin D has dropped. It's actually cut in half. And so I know I need to fix the vitamin D thing because if your vitamin D is low, guys, you're really not going to feel well. Take it easy, Glenn. Have a good, safe trip home. Many blessings, my friend, and hope to see you again soon. Um, so for me, I realized I needed to take that vitamin D. And guys, like I said, if your vitamin D is too low, you're gonna feel it. And also your ability to battle off certain sicknesses or illnesses or um, things that have gone around the last few years. If your vitamin D is too low, your ability to effectively defend against that is going to be compromised as well. So that's for me something I needed to calibrate and I needed to make a change. I have plenty of vitamin D3 with K2 in the house, right? I buy it for my wife. She takes it every day. She's always had a low vitamin D. I never take it. But guess what? Had a calibration yesterday. Had a calibration meeting and I've had to make some adjustments because my meter wasn't reading right, right? And I am now adding that to my daily routine. Uh, really the calibration time is kind of like our time to really analyze. That's a good word. Analyze what's going on. Don't just look for results. We have to figure them out. We have to analyze what's going on. One thing else I did while I was analyzing where I was at during my calibration was I thought, what can I do more without adding a bunch of stuff, guys? I don't want to take a medicine, and I don't mean this in any way to. It's not. This is not a dig at anybody. This is actually something my doctor and I were talking about. So I'm not saying this to dig at anybody's way about this, but I don't want to take a medicine that is going to make me less hungry, or whatnot, to allow my body to get stronger, because I know that I did not have that the entire time when I lost the first 72 pounds. So I know that I don't need that. I'm actually, I've gotten to the point, but I do think for some people, that is something that is needed to get started. I don't need that now. And so I told him so that he knew I wasn't interested in that. What I did figure out though is I'm thinking my digestion needs some tweaking. And there are some enzymes I've taken in the past that have helped that. And if I got my digestion working right, I figured this out in my calibration time, right? If I got that fixed, I'm probably going to start losing weight at a faster rate. And so another thing I've added to my routine is the D3 with the K2, but also the digestive enzyme that I know that works for me. And so I've again began to analyze and figure this out. 1 second here. Um, and so again, just looking at different things to analyze, why we are where we are, what can we do to change that. And so I just want to encourage you all to do that. I actually have a couple of things I think I need to end it a little bit early today, because I have a few urgent matters to deal with, here on the work side. But I appreciate y'all taking time with me. I'm so sorry that we're not going as long, but what I would ask is maybe next week, some of you all come on up here and join me on the panel, and let's have kind of a real conversation. I appreciate you all giving me your time today. Spending any time with me is a blessing. I pray that you have success this week. Do me a favor, identify your goal, share it out, get it out there, work hard, do not give up, because you can do all things through Christ. I love you, and I pray you all have a blessed day, and goodbye for now.